Welcome to another episode of Remaking Movies. I am your host, Ricky Valero. On today's episode and all future episodes, I take an instant classic. I give him a new director. I give it a new writer. I give it a brand new cast. So come along on this journey with me as we relive these old movies with brand new characters. The first film I'm going to tackle right here on Recasting Movies is the 1994 Academy Award-winning film, Forrest Gump. The film's synopsis was: the presidencies of Kennedy and Johnson, the Vietnam War, the Watergate scandal, and other hysterical events unfold from a perspective of an Alabama man with an IQ of 75, whose only desire is to be reunited with his childhood sweetheart, Jenny. The first question you're going to ask is, Ricky, why are you going to tackle an Academy Award-winning film like this? Well, folks, I've been on record with my distaste for this film. I think the terrible writing, to Jenny being terrible human being, to how Tom Hanks didn't deserve his Academy Award. I will recast the movie today and make it better. So I've decided to bring in Academy Award nominee Greta Gerwig to do the writing, to take over and adapt this Winston Groom novel. I've also appointed her to be the director of this film. I think from her perspective, we could get a much better film, and she's a phenomenal writer and a phenomenal director. I really went back and forth who I wanted to cast as Jenny. This one was a little bit of a struggle, more so than the rest of the casting. But I settled on my first initial thought, and that's Samara Weaving. I think she'd be a perfect Jenny. I love the way she acts, and I think she's a fantastic addition to this cast. Bubba Gump. Now, this one was also very hard because Bubba's serious, but he's also funny. So I was like, man, who in Hollywood can we tackle? I wanted to get somebody not as high key, somebody low key. And I went back and forth, but I settled on, and I basically, just because I watched him in a film recently, but Brian Tyree Henry as Bubba Gump. I think it's the perfect mix. He can be funny, and he can be serious, and he will nail the role of Bubba Gump. We've got two characters that I want to cast left: Lieutenant Dan and Forrest Gump. You know, I wanted to bring a little bit of a star power to the project. Somebody that could give me a little bit of a presence so that the Academy can recognize it, but also at the same time, I get a little bit of box office power. So I decided to cast Hugh Jackman as Lieutenant Dan. I really feel like he elevates what I've already got going to the next level. And the interest of Hugh Jackman playing in this role already raises eyebrows across the industry. So I sat down and I got to thinking, who are we going to get to play Forrest Gump? We've got Academy Award-winning Tom Hanks that played the original Forrest. So I've got to bring somebody to the level of Tom Hanks. I went back and forth. And I was like, you know what? This man doesn't have an Oscar. This man doesn't have a nomination. But this man can act. What this man brings to the table is box office draw as well. And of course, we need box office draw. We need to make some money. So I'm going to go with none other than playing my Forrest Gump in this Greta Gerwig-led film. I'm going to go Vin Diesel. Yeah, that's right, Vin Diesel. And you're probably like, I watched all of this for Vin Diesel to be cast as Forrest Gump. Yeah, let me tell you something. Serious, lighthearted, strong. We can make him lose some weight, like Christian Bale-style weight loss. Build him all the way back up. If that doesn't ring Oscars, I don't know what does. Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of Recasting Movies. This has been a blast. If you have any thoughts on this episode, comment below. If you have any other movies that you want me to tackle, comment below. Or hit me up on Twitter at RickyValera_. Make sure to give me a like and a subscribe so that you can see a lot more of these in the near future.